keeping my grip on a life with you was never in the cards. I lifted you up whenever you were down. You kept staring at the stars. Now I'm all alone. You were the last catalog. I'm 5 miles out and the evening breeze is dancing in my hair. Flying high with your fireworks, but I'm okay right here. I'm heading west and I'm feeling blessed not to hear you singing so off-key. Well, the festival stage might be your dream, but I've got a dream inside of me. Working late at that lonely lodge wasn't hard for me to do. Working it out with a dreamer and fool was like a mountain I couldn't move. Guess some horses were born to be wild. Well, honey, two can play that part. You're free to roam. Last catalog. Holding on at the rodeo was never all that hard. But keeping my grip on a life with you was never in the cards. I lifted you up whenever you were down, but you kept staring at the stars. Now I'm all alone. You're free to roam. I'll let you.
I was gonna say, where is that motherfucker? There, that should be.
I'll let you know if it still doesn't work.
That should be working now.
Okay, love you, bye.
Love you, thank you. Oh, motherfucker. Hold on there, folks. Yep, that should have the old audio back. Wow. We'll see how we deal with this. Hold on here. Motherfucker. Ah, fuck. Yeah, well, alright, we're just gonna have to start over anyways. I suppose we can go back to. Oh shit, that hasn't really been needing to be gone. I'm gonna have to cut a lot of that off or whatever.
My family's not on show, and everyone behind me is definitely impressed. I know I paid for whole enough guys, and that's commitment gold. Don't mention that weird angle where nothing was on full display. Don't you got master of disguise? Can't balance false news, can't fold more lies. Can't stop coming back, 'cause I'm just that good. If I could give me stubborn, slightly misunderstood.
Alrighty, folks. It is July the 10th. And yeah, if you're watching this live, I was just attacked by the pro data center people. Fucking with my mic. Not making it work. They're trying to silence me. No, not really. I just forgot to. change the sound thing. But shout out, thank you, honey, for give me a heads up. So it didn't blah 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 for too long. Oh, alrighty. So we're doing first off, we're doing the joint of the day. Alright, we are continuing along with the turkey sticks. Yeah. Today's is berry pie. And I gotta admit, these turkey sticks, man, you get them out of Sovereign, like, they taste like what they say they are. I mean, so far, like, I've got, like, the blueberry pancakes. And, I mean, in goes the blueberries, out goes the pancake. Pretty awesome. And then there was, like, a banana bread one that I don't think was the joint of the day, but just a joint that I smoked one day. And I mean, I was like, it tasted like banana bread. So, and then yeah, I've hit this a couple of times. It's berry pie. I'll hit it again just to prove it to you. This motherfucker tastes like berries. Alright. So tonight, what we're doing here now is the season finale of Testicles. Talk the Testaments. Yeah, that's right. I've completed my rewatch of season 1. I mean, by rewatch, I mean like it was on and I was in the room and I glanced up at it most of the time. Most of the time going like, oh yeah, hey, there was that. Okay. Alright. You know, so I made my refresher course on it. Alright. So let's again start off with the differences between the two. Like, so the Handmaid's Tale, this is like the beginning of Gilead, the super ridiculously heavy-handed part of it, where it's like, I don't know, there's literally like a dude from the government showing up with a gun to make sure you're raping the handmaid on the right day. Like that type of heavy-handed fucking shit, you know, that level. Alright. And I mean, it's because it's just starting and these women have known freedom. And, you know, once you know freedom, you're not usually too keen on giving it up. So, yeah, you gotta be pretty heavy-handed about that one. Alright? This, okay, is like a good decade or so into the world, and these kids, they don't really know, they don't remember the world before at all. But basically, you know, and on top of that, they're like the fucking leaders of the country's kids. Although, I mean, like, the leaders of Gilead have a lot of free time. I've noticed. Just saying. I mean, again, we'll get into all sorts of shit here. There's a lot going on, and we're gonna unpack as much as we can until I'm probably too high and tired to talk about it anymore because I'm recording way later than I normally do. But, you know. Alrighty. So, yeah. So, like, basically, yeah, these are now, like, the princesses that we're dealing with. They get treated wonderful, they go to school, and they just gotta watch fucked up shit, like they gotta watch a guy get his arm cut off because he was caught masturbating. And, I mean, they, like, shame each other, and they, all that fucking shit. I mean, it's, they got fucked up shit, but not nearly what they was going through with the fucking Handmaid's Tale and all that shit, man. Like, you know. Now, I mentioned the guy that gets his arm cut off because, like, just a little, like, I've seen a lot of theories about, like, who this guy was. Because here's the thing. He's, like, never mentioned again in the show at all. It's the very first episode. He's punished. Not at the very end, but pretty close to it. And, like, and then, like I said, like, never mentioned again. There's, like, a little bit of an eyeball between her and Vidala, or him and Vidala, but that's about it. But, no, it's pretty much just, like, here's this dude. They're like, he was caught masturbating on the school grounds. So now we're gonna cut off his arm. Damn. And you know, that they shamed the girls with it and all that shit, but, and then he's never mentioned again. This incident is never mentioned again. Which is kind of reminiscent of, like, the very first episode of The Handmaid's Tale, where she's like, I think at the end, they, like, claim the man was a rapist, so the handmaids, like, stone him to death. But, and okay, in the TV show, it's, like, weird because it's not really all that clear, like, what actually happens, but, like, it kind of looks like the handmaids are kind of into it, you know, like, they fucking grab it and, like, bam, and go right for him. I guess in the book, like, this happens, and it's later explained that, like, that was a Mayday operative who was, like, wrongfully accused of rape. Like, they just say that the Mayday people are rapists. So they can, like, yeah, you know, like have the handmaids murder them. So I mean, like, it reminded me of that. I don't know if there's gonna be something because in the Handmaid's Tale, like I said, they just sort of jump him, and then that's why, like, the one just jumps on him and fucking stones him right there to give him a quick death instead of a slow one. Like, none of this is explained in the TV show, by the way. I guess this is like the book thing, but yeah, bring like Oh, so anyways, let's see here. So the big mystery, of course, of the TV show, of probably the series, we're not going to get an answer to this probably for several seasons. Who is Daisy? Why is she so important? I mean, all we know is her parents got her out, Gilead, as a baby. If she's the same age as Agnes and they got her out as a baby, then it would be somebody who got out even before, probably before the coup. Alright, but I feel like that's not gonna add up. That's my prediction, that's where plot holes are gonna start to surface, but yeah, if they got her out as a baby, then it would have to be before, because Agnes was a toddler. Well, wait, no, Daisy is a little bit younger than Agnes. About her age, but I don't know. It'd have to be like 5 years, though. Yeah, so I stand by that. That's gonna probably end up being a plot hole. Alrighty then. What do we got? Hunting rifle. Oh shit. Alright, yeah, so like, but anyway, so like, apparently she is so important to Gilead that they're like tracking her down to Toronto. They track down Okay, this is again where it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like, alright, so we're supposed to believe Gilead killed her adopted parents because they want Daisy back. And we've been told Daisy is just a nickname, but now it's your real name. But, alright, like, so they tracked her down to her parents, like her adopted parents, whatever the fuck their names were, Mel and whoever. And so Gilead has operatives murder them. But June tells her, like, yeah, they were looking for you because they got you out as a baby. But her real parents are like, well, they didn't get out too. We don't really know at all what's going on with that. That is again the mystery. But like again, so they're after Daisy and they tracked her all the way to like her adopted parents and killed the adopted parents, and then what, the trail went cold because seemed like they had like the one guy that wasn't from child services. It was like supposedly a Gilead operative. And it's like they were there to take you back, and it's like they gave up really fucking easy. Is my point. And on top of that, really, what she just ends up doing is like exactly what Gilead wanted, anyways, was to have her back. So, I don't know. Sure. All right. Well, she's back, and boy, she's gonna make trouble. Oh boy. All right. So, again, this is from the child's perspective. So that's like my only real rationalization for why, honestly, the men in this are a lot softer. Like, the dentist is a creepy fucker, and we'll talk about that, but overall, the men are not really anywhere near the level of scumbaggery that you see in The Handmaid's Tale. So that's kind of interesting. I mean, like, especially in comparison to my understanding of the book. Like, my understanding of the book is like, Judd is pedophile Hitler, most hateable character ever, the leader of Gilead, and there actually is a dictator. Fucking insane, man, you know? What a crazy idea, actually, you know, have a fascist government that has a dictator. Who would have ever thought of that? I'll be right back, folks. You're gonna...
Children are monuments now, statues in the storm.
Yeah, See, but while in this show, Judd is still, he's kind of a dick. I mean, he definitely is orchestrating a whole lot of senseless murder and all that shit. But he's definitely a lot softer than you would have imagined. So that is certainly interesting. We don't really. I'd actually even soft might not even be right. Maybe it's that he's very hard to read. Like he does at one point, like tell Vidala, like, hey, why don't we like talk about our plans for the future? And nothing really comes of that. I mean, Vidala and Lydia, they have their out about it. But then they ultimately do team up and save Becca. Which will, there's that too, alright, so. Yeah, so, like, let's even get back to, like, so these men, halfway through, we have what I've dubbed the pedophile prom, like, one of just the creepiest fucking things I've ever seen, like. The girls get all dressed up, and the men are these, like, military commanders, I guess, even though I'm still not really sure what a commander is. Which is, yeah, that's something we will definitely be talking about when we get around to Garth, but, like, yeah, these guys are, like, they're all old as fuck. Now, again, in the book, it's like a thing like the men of Gilead poison their wives, like once they get old, so they can trade them in for a new younger one, because it's got to be as sick as possible, because why not. But this is a little bit less crazy. We got Weston, who ends up supposed to marry Agnes, and he runs the Eyes, which is like the group, the secret police, basically. Okay, so but Weston, again, he is oddly not the type of scumbag you would expect. Okay, like, so Agnes says on their first meet, like, I wish to live up to your expectations as a wife, especially since you've been married before. And, yeah, like, yeah, friggin', but no, it's then revealed, like, Weston's like, oh, my wife, she died in childbirth, and it was the worst day of my life. He turned away from hearts and whispers, left the fair beneath the sky. Sometimes the road means walking empty. Sometimes wisdom means goodbye. The voice grows faint behind you. The morning clears in mind. Got anything good in the shop? We have not had anything good for a long time. I mean, so then wasn't even like at the end, like he's got he helps Agnes's friend Becca because she kills the dentist, as we see her dad, that is. And then he immediately cuts the engagement off, which apparently is going to, like, probably not ruin Agnes's life, but as Aunt Lydia puts it, is a mark against you, and it's uncharted territory. So, yeah. But it's kind of weird because that alone was, like, probably nicer than anything, like, Fred ever did for June. And on top of that, even, like, the nicest thing Fred did for June was, like, let her see Agnes, like, once. And, you know, that was kind of a I'm sorry for the forcible rape yesterday. So, yeah, yeah. Alright. Anyways. Yeah, and it's crazy that the men, like, who run the country have time for this shit. I mean, this Weston dude, like, he's supposed to be, like, the head of the secret police, and, like, he's got time to, like, hang out and test cake, and he always acts all, like, super nice, and I don't know, man. I get that it's supposed to be creepy, but that's, like, creepy in a weird way, like, not a way that makes me, like, I don't know. Alright, so then we get to Garth, alright? Garth, the young guardian, whom, like, is definitely gay. Definitely gay. And he ends up marrying Becca, even though she killed her father, and now the fallen woman, but she gets to be a wife because of that. But Agnes was in love with Garth and wanted to be paired with her, and Lydia kind of was like, we'll see about it. It's funny that Agnes makes Garth still marry Rebecca, because hell, with her own fucking, bullshit, she's probably actually, like, would have been likely to marry him herself, now that she's got the mark against her, but whatever. I'll tell you one thing, though, definitely, like, the scene of him carrying Rebecca over the threshold. Yeah, that was the look of a gay dude carrying a lesbian over the threshold that he was just forced to marry. Like, straight up. That's all. That's what I saw there. Yeah, holy shit. Motherfucker, why you gotta make this fucking hard?